Oh man, ad break into Fear Dragon's ad into map intro. I think it's the longest time I've ever sat here wondering, like, when are we gonna start talking? But welcome back to the OlimoLeague, folks. We're in the semifinals. The other semifinals is currently playing out with Alicia versus Center. We got our Polish casting friend Emil covering that one up.
Oh my god, it's 10 pool versus 14cc. Are you real? Like, what does this ever happen? Okay, go.
Well, we should probably do those intros quick then. So in the top left corner of the map with that 10 pull and double extractor cancel is going to be my Insanity Sacsri. And before you introduce the other guy, I'll tell you, Sacsri actually 6-pulled Rain not too long ago and won with
That's
it.
right.
So.
Oh god. Okay, in the bottom left, as the red Saren, it's Salvation. You know, Sacsri might have been watching the stream. Salvation was doing an awful lot of 14cc's. About 2, okay. Like, awful lot.
Yeah, this really, it's not going to be fun to deal with. I don't know if this would be the auto GG tap out, but it is something that is pretty much exclusively designed to shut this down.
Yeah. The thing is that if it was a pool first and he builds Lings, the CC first is actually fantastic. It finishes in time to lift off. At 10 pool is what you need to punish this, like, for sure. I don't think he's going to be able to get into the main. Like, he shouldn't. Salvation should put his supply depot down, but if he does, that's going to be the best 10 pool ever.
We do have another raffle open and running, by the way, guys. We'll draw the winner of it after this best of 3 of the semifinals concludes, but it's for another Hearthstone card pack gift code giveaway. Some friends at Blizzard gave us some codes, and well, we just want to raffle them off.
Okay. Let's see. Yep, emergency puts down the supply depot, but that's not done. He can't repair.
Yeah, I think the Lynx can still break this.
Yeah. He didn't scout it fast enough. It's going to break through. It's going to be 1 Marine. Now, these are the only Lings Sacsri is making.
It's such a hard choice to not cancel that command center and start building on the high ground, but the last thing he wants to lose is lose this depot, because then he'll get supply blocked. It's not even about keeping the Lynx out of the base, but as we see, SCVs can tango, but oh, that supply block is going to be devastating Zombie Grub. Commands that are not finished, and this has just gone so poorly for Salvation.
You know, if he can hold and somehow get the second CC to finish, it'll be okay. Like, usually the second CC has to be canceled. It's not that close to being finished. There are only 3 Lings on it, though. I think it is possible to save it.
Well, yeah, this usually doesn't end up happening. He actually catches the Lings too, but these ones at the main still going to work. Pick off that mule.
Oh, it's like fresh too. That does really suck. But you know what? He holds, he gets the natural up. That's just. I mean, Sacsri risks letting that natural stay up by going into the main like he did.
He doesn't have a money for an orbital.
You know what? Soon, okay? Soon.
I know, just saying, like, okay, good. Salvation's still in this game, but he has been crippled.
Yes, he has. I mean, having to rebuild the supply depots is money that he can't afford. I mean, you just talked about him not being able to afford an Orb with Mana till now. More supply depots aren't going to really be possible. I mean, and also, like, being the mind of Salvation right now, you didn't open the Reaper in the first place, so, like, you always knew that you're going to be in the dark, but now you're definitely in the dark. I see he's not going to get out there. Like, what if he was getting speed behind this, and, like, suddenly 20 Lings are on the way? You could die at any point, and you wouldn't know.
It's a little bit of a shame. I almost wish Sacsri had dedicated a little bit more, right? Not because I hate Salvation or anything, but I mean, I think it really could have been a game-ending move. I don't think even Sacsri expected it to go that far. Getting that second depot was a huge deal.
And as it is, Salvation, he took a blow, but he can macro out of it, I would feel. Like, Sacsri's going really greedy behind it. He didn't get gas, we pointed out, only now just getting it. He went for a 3rd CC, or hatchery. He knows that he can be really greedy with the drones as well, as the factory wasn't even down. That entire time that he was scouting, the factory never went down. He knows he has quite a while to even worry about Hellions, much just like Banshees.
Man, I'm feeling so good for Sacsri in this matchup. We do have an update on the other side of the bracket, though, folks. Looks like Center managed to 2-0 Alicia, so a little bit sad to see. But rest in peace, Alicia. At least he made it to the semifinals.
Got $5 or something. They pay out to the top 4. Oh, maybe it's a different league.
No, they do pay out the top 4. I don't remember what the prize pool is, but actually it's $15 plus 2 points. So good chance we might see Alicia come back in the monthly finals.
Can buy himself dinner, lunch. Speed is on the way, so it's not like Sacsri's going to go into Roaches or Roach Hydra, which, I've really been wondering about that lately. Roach Hydra. just so not done anymore.
He's got tank shop. I don't
Ah.
know why this didn't click for me, but he's got a bunker coming down. And this, for a moment, I had to sit there and go like, why would you auto-cover the tank? That's such a sick move.
I guess he's predicting that Sacsri's smart enough to throw it on those rocks, so
Yeah.
just go to the second option first.
I think a lot of Zerg players just started doing that innately about, say, 2 months ago, regardless of whether there was any threat of tanks or not. But he's not going to get here in time to save this bunker, I don't think. Although, can SB get into that really stupid spot to repair? I say stupid here tentatively, but just dancing around with it a bit.
Close. It's going to be a damage bunker in the first place, so yeah, not going to save it.
That's really unfortunate. Who was it? We saw someone that was a supernova who was putting supply depots there instead of a bunker. Oh, you know what though? Because of dicking around on that bunker,
Oh,
yeah, she gets over
hey.
here. But is that too close? Can the queens reach that? No, I guess not.
One of them can. Two of them
Ooh,
can.
he's
They have a lot of chance
definitely-
uses.
He's got to move that tank. Yeah, there's no way he actually like fights that out.
Well, he does have to worry about a counterattack. You know, I think Sacsri's just going to let his drones take a couple of shots, not get that fourth gas geyser. I don't think giving away lings is necessary. The queens will eventually tear them down anyways, but
I agree.
okay, this is actually getting kind of worse because he is giving away so many lings. But he could have also sent those lings across the map and started attacking the supply depots, you know, threatening salvation.
He's gonna pick up and get out of here. Nope. Oh, he resieges. That's a misclick. That's 100% a misclick.
Oh, that was really weird. He still has a medevac that has, you know, some marines in it, so they can always come back, at least get scouting as well as maybe 1 or 2 drones. It halted Sacsri's, you know, macro game a little bit.
Well,
What's this?
for
Not the-
Sacsri's sake, I guess one of the things is like he was so far ahead. Those links he
Right.
gave away were kind of his to give away. Even over here with the Hellions, I mean, I don't think he's feeling too bad about this.
No, I don't think so. Even getting those Hellions at the risk of the is actually kind of a fair trade, because then the Hellbats don't join in with the later push.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually pretty good. A 4th base on the way for Sacsri. The one thing again that he's missing is that Spire. It's one thing that you kind of give up sometimes in some of the weirder games, but it should be coming down soon enough. He has a lot of gas, so +2/+2, Baneling speed, and then that Spire soon.
Really waiting to see this medevac get a bit more harass done. I mean, 4 Marines is not exactly a powerhouse killer move, but just continue to keep Sacsri on his toes. So he maybe misses an inject. You know, creep tumors get delayed. I mean, anything really can help.
On Salvation's side of things, while he gets a couple of drone kills, very nice. He is up to 58 SCVs. He still has the medevac alive, and the Spire's not quite done. The upgrades are lacking, of course, but it's not like super bad. You know, it's not like a whole half of an upgrade or a whole upgrade behind. In fact, it looks like he's going to be playing very defensive, which I kind of like this choice. He could try and be, you know, attack, get Sacsri out of position, or, you know, droning at some point. Like right now, for instance, Sacsri's built the 10 drones, but I feel like the time might have already come and passed,
Oh.
and Salvation feels like it too.
Yeah, this is really nice. The Overlords all got cleared out by that Viking. So clears up creep on the 4th. Maybe I'll take that in a moment or two. But he's got double drops going unseen. Fully unloading here in the main. Should do a lot of damage.
The mutas aren't out yet either, so they'll be able to get away if necessary.
Ooh, Hellbats.
Oh,
Ooh.
Hellbats.
Ooh, I like that. He actually brings Hellions so he gets more Hellbats over. These will help stop the Lings that eventually do tend to flood in on top of the Marines. If you get better positioning in the mineral lines, that is. These Marines on the wrong side of this.
Yes, they are. He's going to get the spawning pool. That's 200 minerals plus a drone, rebuild that. Sacsri, he has enough, and especially with this creep spread, like creep spread is actually really good, that he doesn't have to worry that fast, you know, about making lings
Yeah.
right now. In fact,
still
all of his
got a
money
huge
is going
supply,
into
yeah.
mutas. So, can't build lings, but build mutas.
Alright, this positioning on the mineral lines is looking a lot better. Gonna pick up though regardless. Start scanning in the middle. There we go. The Marine's gonna push. That drop was pretty nice. I mean, picking out the spawning pool, you're right. It's not that detrimental because he already has so much in play, but it still stalls out production.
It does. It does. That's why, you know, I think he would have made more lings and banelings and only like 8 mutas as opposed to 15 at once. But either way, it's going to help clean up the drop that's been really pesky. The counterattack is suddenly going to be like, oh, does Salvation even have missile turrets? Is that something that he, kind of skimped on?
He's got a couple, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, one in the natural and one in the main. I would say that doesn't hold up to 16 mutas. So
no, but it's a lot
scary.
better than having nothing, because you got nothing, that's just like auto GG.
Yeah, that's definitely true. 2-2 is going to finish up before any main engagement happens, so that difference in upgrades did not play a part in this game. Really nice for Salvation.
There's a hell of a lot of Widow Mines. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, that's what you get when, you play so defensive. Yes, you give Sacsri a lot of time to get a lot of money and get bases, but that was already given because of the openers. And that at least, now he knows he can trade. He has a really beefy army. The only thing he's missing is a Thor or two.
It's going to be real hard to get those Widow Mine shots off on the mutas, but if you just get the perfect 4 count on these clump units. Banelings are going to roll in, and we'll see if Sacsri not even going to care about that. Widow Mines get down before the Banelings
please
even
target
get
fire
involved.
that Widow Mine. Widow Mine, please!
There's just so many Banelings.
They all explode on the Marines before the Widow Mine could get the shot off anyway, so I don't blame you, Widow Mine. Kind of.
Mutas and Lings was camp production and reinforcements. There is a double drop or a single drop, pardon me, in the natural base while this goes on, but if it comes down to a base trade, one medevac, I don't know. I don't know if we can out-trade this. Planetary at the 4th getting focused down by the Mutalist at the same time. SCVs are rushing in to repair it. I think they'll get there.
He'll be able to save it, I think. He's going to lose a lot of SCVs in the process, but I think saving the 4th command center is worth 10 SCVs.
Oh, I agree, because at this point in the game, you can start giving away your SCVs a little bit, but for Salvation, who was crippled so badly in the early game, I mean, it happened with Snoot too. He's making a pretty good comeback.
Mm-hmm. I really like the way that he played. It was defensive, and usually that's a no-no, but it was kind of the only thing you could do effectively. Anything else was a really big risk being aggressive on this much creep spread too. And this creep spread will be a problem. Salvation, I think his plan, his hope right now is that I can hold, and Sacsri will over-dedicate to these layer units and give away his bank and his lead, which is possible. But you know what? He doesn't have any Widow Mines. He stopped producing factory units in general. Like 2 Widow Mines and a Thor is all he has right now.
But he's getting back on it. 3 Widow Mines in production at times, not too bad.
He needs it now. He needs 6 Widow Mines now.
Drilling Glass and the Thor soak up a lot of the bailing hits, but I guess it doesn't matter if you can't hold the follow-up. Marauders in the front lines. Looks like they will drive this back. Continued drops on the other side of the map while this goes on. We got a drop on the left side too, gets caught by the Mutalisks. That's why they're not involved with the front lines, but this means that they're also not at home defending. Ooh, Salvation, with this very tattered medevac, has done quite a bit of damage while this has gone on.
Yeah, and he's still on 4 bases. I mean, 69 SCVs is not bad. You might start to worry about more missile coverage, because one thing, if Sacsri isn't killing him with these Baneling attacks, the other option is, well, 1, tech, like where's the infestation bit in the hive, right? But 2, get a lot of mutas, Salvation's not exactly rolling in cash to put down 6 turrets at every base.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. The infestation bit does go down, however, so he's thinking about going up to that hive, upgrades, ultras.
Ooh, you know what? He's picking up all these reactors, all the tech labs. This is just going to slaughter Salvation's production.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's 5 naked barracks, 20 minutes.
When stuff like this starts happening, you just gotta wish you had the money to throw down. Like, you know what? I don't need a reactor. I've got like 14 Raxes, 15 Raxes.
Yeah, like that 2v2 cast in the sub match, right? I was like, well, if there's 10 barracks, then who needs reactors?
Oh, I don't want to think about that, because that was the one where the guy went, what, 5 battle cruisers on 1 base? Or 5 starport
No, that was his next game. The first game was actually kind of intelligent. Like, he had like a really good rush. But anyways, that was a fun day. We do have Salvation getting Widow Mines, Thors, very good army. Never quite perfect up until this point.
But Sacsri says, sir, I'm not going to care about your Widow Mines if they're on cooldown for my locusts, my free units that I can sacrifice on top of them.
Sacsri is the guy that we've been seeing do this, I think, most often. Like, I think of Swarm Host and CVT, and I'm thinking Snoot, right? But Sacsri, I think, is up there, too.
Yeah. Both plays are maxed out. Army supply is fairly even because the SCV counts and the worker counts are pretty high. This is that time of the game where Salvation might want to start thinking about either building up a huge bank or sacrificing SCVs, one or the other.
Yeah. I don't know if he's willing. I mean, he's maxed out, but you need some cushion of a bank to make sure that you can get something back up if things go poorly. But soon he's going to want to add more command centers, or at least lift his main one somewhere. Hope the mutas never find it.
Marines. a little bit segmented off at a time, but they do remove most of the banelings from play. But now realizing there's Locust out, it's going to be really hard to keep pushing. Woodermine's going to go off on top of these, and the bio DPS is good. It's not a lot of Swarm Hosts just yet. It's enough to provide those free units.
Trying to Myco his Woodermines almost cost them their lives. In fact, last two do go down.
Yeah, a couple shots on the Mutas. Thor also shooting Locust, not the Mutas. Pumped up on top of the army. You think he'd take them down. There we go. Starting to pick off a couple more. Spreading the Marines out. New Thor on the front line, but both players are trading out large portions of their army at a time.
I think it's going really well for Salvation, though. Well, I shouldn't say really well, because remember that Sacsri still is on a good economy, but he lost a lot of mutas right there. He has to replenish that, most of his gas and minerals, so 8 more on the way. We do have the upgrades finished for Salvation as well. It's really going to help out.
I think I definitely agree with you, though. I mean, okay, the Swarm Hosts didn't really get picked off that badly, and the Mutalisks, that's kind of what you're trading them out for, though, at this point, right? The Mutalisk getting replaced by the Swarm Hosts as far as effectiveness goes, but by not having 30, 40 Mutalisks to worry about for Salvation, he doesn't have to worry about throwing down 10 turrets per missile, or missile turrets per base. He doesn't have to worry about constantly producing Thors now, because these are really expensive, really slow, clunky units.
Yeah, and he can start dropping. He's got to be careful about it, of course, because there's still enough mutas to take a drop if it's just alone, but it's not like 20 to instantly snipe it down. We're going to start seeing the accessory upgrades for Terran. Building armor just finished. Can be very helpful versus those moments when Zero gets bold enough to throw like 20 banelings into a planetary.
Do you think Custom Shells and Slate was a mistake or on purpose?
Mistake, I would say. It's 50-50, so I would never see a reason not to get it, even if you really are kind of strapped on cash.
Yeah, I mean, the slow on the banelings is just worth so much.
Yeah, it can be surprisingly effective, especially when you start to get up there in Marauder counts. You know, 1 at a time, maybe not, but like 3 or 4 at a time, very effective.
And Salvation definitely thinking about siege tanks, trying to get that positioning out to counter the Swarm Hosts. I mean, when you see Swarm Hosts out, Bio still works for this. It's not bad, but you definitely want a little bit of tank support fire. Marines and Marauders, hella damage, but they still take the shots from the Locusts.
I was wondering if Sacsri was going to use the Locust to try and break down the cooling tower.
That could have been cool to see.
Yeah,
it would have been cooling to see.
Because it might have taken down a couple of Marines, right? Like, that's the goal, but it just literally blocks off that attack path until he breaks it down again.
We got FNG StarCraft 1 new subs asking about the Ventrilo details. So, basically, nobody uses the base straight TV Ventrilo server, so I stopped giving it out. What I'll do is after the stream's done, I guess I'll send out a sub message with the info if anyone ever wants to hang out. I'm usually hanging out on Vent when I'm doing, like, I don't know, 2v2s or WoW stuff, but no one ever really got into using it outside of like sub nights, so I stopped advertising. Anyways, with these tanks out, he's gonna have a lot easier time holding against the Locust, but that Mutalisk count is still gonna be a bit of a problem. You know, again, it's not exactly 30-something Mutalisks, but it's enough to dive in, pick off a turret, kill some SCVs, and get out.
Sacsri's 3-3 is finishing up, and he is getting ready to be able to, not remax quite, but get a lot of ultras in the back of this attack.
Yeah, you know, even whether it's ultras or not, I think one of the big things too, Blinding Clouds is going to be a huge asset to the army once you start realizing there's this many siege tanks.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Bailey's just rolling the siege tanks though. They don't give a flying
F. The Woodermine actually kind of hurt the Thor right there, but the Thor is going to soak up a few more banelings. True hero.
Ugh, this is... Well, the army supplies remain somewhat constant throughout the course of the game, and the resources lost actually isn't that devastating. I'm just starting to fear that Sacsri is going to continue to expand, where Salvation's not going to get past the 4th base. And a small drop up here to the north. And I'm thinking, like, this might not be a game where it ends in an army clash, but it might be the war of attrition.
Yeah, that's really disappointing, though, because Salvation got a 5th command center a long time ago. Like, not using his main is another one. Like, legitimately another command center that can turn into a planetary. They can be very fortified, and he just never moved it over. So now he has 2 command centers. I guess he turned the other one into an orbital. It seemed questionable.
Well, this was.
But at least this one's gonna go to planetary.
Yeah.
But that was the 2nd command center that he made. Like, oh well. He could have went on the 5th base much faster, I feel. But
God, this is so scary. You're gonna, like, the cooling tower separates the 2 bases, sure, but you're basically right next door to the Zerg. In fact, Amita's already gonna try and get on top. This picks off that turret.
And, this is just, you know, late game ZVT is increasingly more difficult. You know, the muta counter heal is the worst thing. Ultras, we talk about throwing games a lot, so not too excited to see those. But the muta count, you know, with upgrades too, +3 on the way. That's gonna get annoying.
Yeah, let's see some okay connects to the... What Mines actually lived through that for once.
Salvation, if only he had ever gotten to a point where he had like 2,000 minerals in the bank because they were down a bunch of missile turrets.
Yeah, it would have been so wonderful. That feeling of safety.
Yeah. Not building into Widow Mines either, so the mutas aren't really scared of running in anywhere. That might be too costly, you know, in exchange for the tanks, which are getting sniped off anyways. I don't know.
Yeah, he's never really been able to get that concrete number. Again, just constantly both players, both teams trading out supply. And for Salvation, well, his supply doesn't falter. He retains a lot of Marines, a lot of Marauders, not the most effective units. In fact, Bailings are going to annihilate what little there is. Swarm Host picking off the unsieged tanks, and that's going to be game. Sacsri will take game one. After a very long game one in this best of 3.